Hello and welcome, my Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and twin flame relationships for August 2019. I am your reader for today, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, and very, very, very at ease and feeling good for this Sagittarius reading, even though it's a twin flame relationship. Please do check out the video that I did a couple of weeks ago called Clarifying Twin Flames, Soulmates, and True Lovers, so that you can get an idea of context in terms of the definition of twin flame. I've been talking about it a lot for the past 6 months, maybe longer. Due to the work of KAHN, please go check out his YouTube channel. Amazing stuff there. A Hay House author. Really, really funny, really smart, and very, very heart-centered. I never liked the word twin flame. Like, even in my 20s, I was like, twin flame, twin flame. There's something that felt off about the way it was being positioned, particularly in the older stuff that was written about it, like going back a century or so. Some of the channeled stuff that came through was just something felt off. It was definitely in the third dimensional patterning of separation. That's a whole other conversation. Go watch the video. I touch into a lot of that one. But here's what I've learned. This is what feels right for me and why I'm doing these readings. Twin flames are different than soulmates. Both are pre-incarnational sacred contracts. In other words, agreements that you make before coming into this life with certain souls, right? And many of which you've traveled with lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. But twin flame relationships are specific in that the contract is about you learning how to love and heal yourself. In other words, they are usually, if not always, turbulent relationships. Now, turbulent can mean passionate. Turbulent can mean very exciting, very like shake things up, right? It's like you have the thing, you shake it up, it becomes turbulent instead of still. And because of that, twin flames are tricky, that by contract, they cannot give you what it is that you want and what it is that you need, because only you can give that to you. Where soulmates are very different. Soulmate contracts are satisfying. You help each other heal. There's a mutuality there. And they tend to be a little bit more serene. There we go. So twin flame, turbulent, tricky, transformative. Right? You're learning how to heal yourself, how to love yourself. That's what the contract is for. Doesn't mean that it's always sexual romantic, by the way, whether twin flame or soulmate. This can be in any relationship patterning or form that there is. I'd like to clarify that so that you get here what this relationship is about contractually and what you can do to fulfill your part of it. Because there's nothing quite like fulfilling your part of a twin flame relationship and walking away going, no, that was great. Yeah, it sucked, but it was great, right? So we're going to be doing 3 lines of information here. The first line will be for you, my Sagittarian, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the collective and twin flame relationships. This is one from each of the 5 decks that I read. The second will be for the other. We're not defining it by divine masculine or divine feminine, but one card from each of the 5 decks. The third deck will be for the third line of information will be for the relationship itself, and it will not have the Caroline Myss archetype cards in it because it's an overview of both of you together in the twin flame relationship. So let's dive in. Blessing the decks was really fun today, considering it's a twin flame thing. And the moon is actually in Sagittarius when I'm doing this, so I like that. I like when there's a strong lunar correspondent to the sign I'm reading. Doesn't always happen, right? But we do our best. So decks have already been blessed and pre-shuffled, so now let's dive in. My pantheon of angels, gods, and masters, please one card to represent this Sagittarian in the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in twin flame relationships. What is their archetype that's going on here for them? What's their soul power that they are alchemizing, that they are dealing with, that they are refining from lead to gold, from shadow to light, please? What is their archetype in this twin flame relationship? The healer. Okay, now the Sagittarian healer, light and shadow, we will get to. I've just kind of been reading that archetype card once all the cards are laid out, because the archetypal content is so vast in any collective, let alone for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, mutable fire, right? So the type of healer and all of that we will get to because we want some more info. My angels are strong Mikhailite presence, makes sense. Angels of fire. Please, one card for this Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign and twin flame relationship. Please, a card of clarity, an overview, an overarching sign balance, right? Like how much about healing, and the healer is about balance, can be about healing you as well as them. And what are twin flame relationships about? They are contracts that teach you how to heal yourself. So get that. You're off to a good start. Maybe that's why this one felt a little bit lighter, a little bit more playful, because if you already identify as a healer, not everybody in the collective's doing that. But if you are, then you can get, oh, that's what this is about. Oh, well, all relationships are about healing, even soulmates, and even, well, true lovers is a whole other category. I just don't see that many true lovers manifest in form, but I think that's where we're headed. So let's ask the gods. Now, the god Zeus is the only one who sits in my throne of Sagittarius. I've got his ring on. I also have Hera. I also have Hades. And I've got Apollo. So and I've got Dionysus, and I've got Demeter, and I've got Hermes. I mean, they're just totems. They don't exist within my jewelry. It's a little idolatrous. But they're sort of like pin numbers. Sort of like speed dial. Divine speed dial. There we go. Olympian speed dial. So my gods, Zeus in particular, but really any of the gods, that's the contract I have with them. However this serves. Please, one card for this Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in the collective in a twin flame relationship. Please, one card of clarity. My gods, please. A clue, a tip, a hint. Oh, Pan. This card has been coming up a lot. Pan is the emperor in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Really highlighting the divine masculine here, the divine mind, right? The emperor is all about, you know, plans and strategies and structures, sitting on top of the mountain. And the emperor is the conglomeration of all of the king cards in each suit. Now, this deck does not do Knight, Queen, King. It does Maid, Mother, Crone, but we'll see if any of what would be the king cards show up, which would be, I would guess, the Crone, right? If we're going to do it chronologically in that way, in terms of number, Knight, King, Queen, be Maiden, Mother, Crone. My masters. This already feels so good for Sagittarian. Please, one card in clarity. For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the collective and twin flame relationships. Please, one card of clarity. Almost hit the floor. Oh, come hither. Isn't that funny? I had to kind of chase after it a little bit. Come hither. Come hither. Come hither. Come hither. Come. Who's Heather? Come Heather. It's such a great movie. I have to watch Heathers. Really. Once a year, like an inoculation. I'm a Virgo. I love when I make them laugh. If I can make them laugh, I'm doing good. Although they're probably giving me the jokes too. They're probably just enjoying watching me say them. Okay, so here we go. My pantheon of angels, gods, and masters. Please, one card, a whisper of love for the Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in the collective in a twin flame relationship. This one came right too. Do something for someone else, healer, right? Give your attention to someone else. So that's pretty damn direct. So let me read this healer archetype since my hand was on it, all right? Remember, there's light and shadow. In a twin flame relationship, the potentiality of you, in this case, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, in this twin flame relationship, this is really an opportunity for you to alchemize lead into gold, shadow into light. So let's read the light, right? That's how I've been doing it. Light attribute. Passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. Well, hello, you're ready for this. If that's where you're at, if you're really in the light side of this predominantly, and sometimes day to day, we're talking like 51% if you're in that, you're in a good place. You're ahead of the curve. The shadow attribute, however, and really the shadow healer, we should know by now, they're everywhere, taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself. And I feel like my Sagittarius asks, if you're feeling a little crabby, it might be because you're a little out of balance, that you're not keeping that balance of healing the self. And again, what are twin flame relationships all about, right? Contracts, teaching you how to love and heal yourself. There's our first line. As I look at this, this might very well be, I don't know, I can feel this, that the healer in terms of balance, right? What are you balancing? The divine masculine within you about yang, taking action, all of the thoughts, all of the strategies, all of the protocols is a word they just gave me, right? In terms of healing, that you might have a very, very set and defined way of doing this for yourself, of healing in general, maybe healing yourself. But with come hither, there's an unexpected attraction, draw here. Now, come hither can very well be the magnetic aspect of the twin flame relationship, right? You're being drawn together. And do something for someone else. That to be selfless in this would indicate that the balance is you've perhaps been doing a lot of work on yourself, which really everybody I know who's on the path deliberately, everybody's on the path, but not everybody's on it deliberately, consciously. Not everyone has awakened, right? That word, going through a spiritual awakening, though a lot of people are in process. I've been busy. I'm a Virgo, I've been hoping. So maybe that thing you've been working on yourself, on your own mind, right? Clearing old beliefs, and belief management really never stops if that's the way that you're going to do it. It is about eventually transcending into the 8th chakra, right? And coming from the higher self to heal that stuff. But that come hither, there's thing where you do have choice. You know, even in the card, if you look, there's a man being called. The woman is calling him, but you can't really maybe see her that clearly. I'll try and bring it a little closer and tip it a little. You see the woman under the tree? She's the one saying, come hither. And she's just making that tree her wand. She's like, come and get it. And the guy's like, oh, I'm coming. Sorry, I forgot this part. But look, he can go either way. He could say yes or no, right? There is a choice here. You do have choice. But will you do something for someone else here who may very well be giving you a little seductive touch here? But seduction is not always romantic sexual, right? It's like a good car salesman can be incredibly seductive. The guy with the long hair and the overtone ads on Instagram. The long blonde hair. He's the one who got me to buy overtone. Beautiful model. Bless his heart, whoever he is. I don't need to meet him. It's fine. He's literally young enough to be my own child. That's what I used to look like back then. Anyway, wow. Sagittarian digression alert. Here we go. My pantheon of angels, gods, and masters. Please, one archetype card for the other in this collective Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame relationship. Please, one card of clarity. What is the archetype? What is the soul power being developed here in the other? August 2019, the Destroyer, the healer and the destroyer. This always makes me think of Conan, the Destroyer. I will read the shadow and the light at the end of the line, but just get the healer and the destroyer. And the destroyer, you know, if you just read an archetype just purely on surface, you usually miss it. You usually miss completely what's going on. And I think that's true of tarot too. You know, like people say, oh, Six of Swords travel by water. It's a little on the nose, right? Because they're in the boat, even though that's not how this tarot deck portrays that. But more it's about the moving from turbulent water to still water, right? That the journey, the mental journey, I often link that card with therapy and counseling and stuff like that. So healer, keep that in mind. We'll see if that card comes up. That'd be interesting now if it did. But right now we're talking to my angels. Michaelites, you've seen the favorites in this, but please, any of the archangelic orders that care to contribute, please, one card for the other in this Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame relationship. An overlighting arc, a clue, a tip, a hint. My angels. Surrender and release. Now, it's a little too early in this line to say if this is about a separation between the two of you. Perhaps if that is the case, that Sagittarius, you and the other are taking space, or there is a distance between the two of you, metaphorically, literally, or both. That come hither would make sense. That like I said, the magnetic aspect of this is getting stronger, the attraction. Now, usually we could talk about a divine masculine and a divine feminine. The divine feminine is the magnetic. The divine masculine is the electric, or the electromagnetic. I should do that right hand, left hand, masculine, feminine. I am right-handed. But with surrender and release, it does feel like whatever this destroyer is surrendering and releasing, and we'll have a look at that next, might be upping the voltage in the electromagnetic connection between the two of you, really activating the contract into its next phase. Not saying that you're the divine masculine healer and the destroyer is the divine feminine, just saying the energetic dynamic. Something's being upped a notch this month. The volume is being raised on the come hither factor. So, my gods, please, a card of clarity, elucidation, guidance, and grace about the other in this Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame relationship. Please, something helpful. The Aries card. Now, just to say, what's interesting about the Aries card and the card of KAHN, the Emperor, this is the healer's tarot line, this is the other's tarot line, the destroyer. That Aries is often, particularly in the traditional Rider-Waite, it's a very Aries card, right? Where the Emperor's hands are on the throne, would be on the throne, right? He's holding stuff, are two ram heads. But here, not necessarily saying that this destroyer is an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, whatever, but that right now they are being selfish, that the first house Aries is about the self, the ego, the personality, which is just absolutely essential to deal with all of that stuff on the path of true love in general, and in life, in really the macrocosm. So a selfishness here, but that might mean with that surrender and release and destruction that there are things being destroyed, surrendered, and released for them personally, sort of clearing them out. So that can be a very, very beneficial thing. Now, keep in mind with contracts, your energies are certainly affecting each other in the unseen way, right? That the energy, the vibes, whatever. So healer, you might be triggering, well, and twin flames are triggering relationships. You might be triggering things within them, some seismic activity underneath that volcano in the destroyer, and things are being destroyed, surrendered, and released for them personally, but we'll see. My masters of true love in this twin flame relationship, please give me one card of clarity for the other in this Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign collective in this twin flame relationship. Please, one card of clarity, a clue, a tip, a hint. Intimacy. Yeah, this is something intimate. This is something deep. This is something within them. This is stuff they don't share. This is stuff they might not have even known about. There's a level of intimacy where the lack of intimacy is within our own selves. We're not intimate with what it is that's really going on inside of us, hence the subconscious mind, which, yes, is personal, but then the unconscious mind, which is the collective. Let me clarify. A lot of what's being healed and cleared, particularly the emotions, in these twin flame relationships, as one of us heals it and clears it, it clears for everybody. That's the hologram. Study some quantum physics. Really, KAHN talks about it in such an eloquent, humorous, and accurate way that it really, really resonates. Go check out his stuff. I don't work for him. I don't want anything from him except for him to keep doing what he's doing. He's pulled my ass both out of deep water and burning fire from time to time. We haven't even met. So that thing, there's some real healing here for the other in this. So by the way, the other is usually the cross watcher. So you got some personal work going on here. You may not be ready to do a face-to-face, but yet the intimacy is being healed. Your intimacy issues are being healed. The Sagittarius in this is either the one doing the come hither or feeling the come hither. We'll see. That's why that third line for the relationship itself is so helpful, I find, because it really does give an overview. But let's get this destroyer's Whisper of true love here, and then I'll read that destroyer so it really does clarify and loop the whole thing together because I'm feeling it. My angels, gods, and masters, please a whisper of true love for the other in this Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sign, Twin Flame, Relationship Center. The deck keep cutting. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. There you are. You are right in the center. Choose love. Choose love, destroyer. You always have a choice as to what you should do. And just like in that Come Hither card, for our Sagittarian healer, there's a choice here. There's a choice about what to do. Now, I would just say, if you are the cross watcher here, the question to ask is, what would love do? What would love do? And get that you don't know the answer. You may have an immediate, off the top of your head reaction to that question, but with that intimacy card, really go deep into the true self. Well, you're going to have to love and comfort and surrender some of the pain and the fear of intimacy and stuff here, destroyer. That's what's sort of being destroyed, but you have to choose love to do that, which means you have to let all of those feelings up and out, because as you feel it, you heal it, and as you feel it and heal it, you're lightening the load for everyone else on planet Earth. And I believe not just human life, I think all of life, right? So, I mean, the vegetable kingdom, the entire animal kingdom, and who knows, maybe even the mineral kingdom. Okay, let's dive. Last line of info. The angels, the gods, the masters, and a whisper of true love. Let's do this. My angels, please. One card for this twin flame relationship involving the Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign collective. Please, one card for this twin flame relationship, Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. The overall relationship, both of them. Steady. It's a lesson. You're both learning. See? Oh, sorry, I didn't read the destroyer. I'm tangenting all over the place. Notice I don't do this with earth signs when I'm reading them. The destroyer, I truly apologize. Let me read this because, well, maybe they wanted me to throw this one first so that you get a little bit more about what the lesson is, whether you are the Sagittarian or the other. The light attribute of the destroyer, releasing what is potentially destructive. Now, let's tune to that for a second. Releasing what is potentially destructive, like when you are possessed by the deadly sin of wrath, the deadly sin of the heart chakra, right? And you just want to burn it down. You want to stab somebody. You want to do to them what was done to you. But the destroyer then in the light aspect can go, no, I can feel that. It's okay to feel that. But no, we're going to release that. In other words, we're going to release the yang part of it. We're going to heal the yin part of it. We're going to get that wrath and heal that perhaps with the grace of fortitude. By the way, read my book, Words of Grace. It's so good. It's on my website, DrawingTheCircle.com, $24.95. It's a prayer book. It's, I mean, the reviews, people who've reviewed it love it. But this, the second part of this light attribute, right? We've got releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. So for the other here in this line, it really is this thing of, I'm getting ready for a new life. If I can just move through this and choose love, it will be much more graceful. Who knows if faster or easier, but graceful. Here's the shadow attribute. Ready? Intoxication with destructive power. By the way, I love that idea. I don't want to do it, but I love the idea. It's like, intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. That's harsh, but maybe that has happened to the other here. So now that card of study comes into such clearer focus that neither one of you know what to do here. That's why it's a lesson. Right, particularly my Sagittarian here, that you've got that Emperor card, that you've got protocols and means and place and structures, and this is how you do it. This is new terrain. This is stuff that has not come up before. This is stuff so deep within the collective of humanity in terms of the ego, the personality, the self, about intimacy, about surrender and release, about choosing love, about service, about healing, so much stuff. That it does serve the collective, even though the two of you can't give each other what you need. Doesn't mean you can't have a good time. Doesn't mean it can't be passionate and fun. Again, is there anything here that really speaks of a sexual romantic context? Well, that Come Hither is the only card right now that really speaks of that. I mean, yes, you could say that the phallic energy of the Emperor with this Aries, you know, card. There's something definitely phallocentric there. There could be some schween peen going on, but we don't know that for sure. And again, I don't want to pin it down that way, because this could play itself out as parent-child. This could play itself out in all sorts of different ways, particularly if you are a professional healer in some way. Or even an amateur healer. What's an amateur healer? I mean, you don't get paid for it. You do it for the plants and the animals and the people in your life, right? Maybe you're just a good listener. Because really, the listener, being able to really hear helps people heal. The rite of confession, I do a lot of that in one day. And I don't get paid for a lot of it either. But I love it when I do, because I love doing it. My gods, please, one card for the overall relationship here. The Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign collective twin flame relationship. Please, just one card in clarity, a clue, a tip, a hint, an overview. The learner, jeez, you got the learner in study. Wow, you guys can do this so innocently if you're just like, okay, here's something from Words of Grace. The grace of humility. Dearest God, Goddess, all that is, please grant me the grace of humility to know that I do not know, but I am willing to be shown. Please show me what you would have me do, where you would have me go, what you would have me say, and to whom. Course in Miracles, but also what you would have me think. Guide my focus. I know that I don't know, but I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to see this twin flame relationship in the context of a lesson, that this is Earth School time. This is twin flame Earth School contract relationship. Hallelujah. Shangela, hope you're doing well. Don't know her, but love her. I love all the Rue girls. I love all drag queens. My patron goddess Dionysus, the original. I love him. Although I'm not shaving all of this. No desire to dress in women's clothes, although if I am wearing something a little LARPy today for you all, I thought for Sagittarius, something a little huntery. There is such a story behind this vest. Dr. Evil ex-boyfriend. That's why I'm good at these readings, honey. I have slept with every sign of the zodiac. I've dated them all. Boinking the belt. I have boinked the entire belt of the zodiac, and I have to say Virgo is really amazing being one. Ooh, the digression, Sagittarius arrows shooting a whole quiver at once. Thanks for the phallocentric imagery there, Zeus. I love you so much. All right, my masters, please, one card in clarity for this twin flame relationship in the Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus collective for August 2019. Communication, all right? So there's some talking that needs to go on here. There's some equal sharing of communication that the two of you have puzzle pieces for each other. May very well be in the form of triggers. But my mind is being drawn to the book Celestine Prophecy. You know, I am a spiritual teacher, first and foremost. Go read the Celestine Prophecy. I think it's the 7th insight. Wow, that I can even remember that. Where it's about when you're really present in the moment with somebody and blessing them, giving them energy, right? That whole book, you would have to read like 10 different books to get what's in that one book. I mean, as an adventure story, it's okay. It's fiction. It's not great. The movie was good, sort of. It was no Xanadu. Sorry. But there's that thing that as you really give people the energy, that out of their mouth often comes the piece of the puzzle. Why the two of you are being drawn together electromagnetically in the divine plan of twin flame relationship. So communication here, and perhaps the study and the learner here is about learning how to communicate, how to put into words, to clarify, to balance, that the truth will set us free, but we got to choose love first. We got to say, all right, I don't know what the truth is, but I'm willing to love. Despite whatever may come, despite whatever may go, despite whatever may happen in this communication, the will of my heart is to be open. So please, my pantheon of angels, gods, and masters, one whisper of true love for this overall twin flame relationship for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs collective. Please, a whisper of love for the Sages. Have faith. I love this card. It's so simple. Well, the artwork is, well, butterflies and fairies. You know, I don't trust the fae. Why? Because I have their blood in me. It's like not trust in family. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Now, I just did a 2-hour reading for someone yesterday via Facebook Messenger. And this card came up, and I just had to say, even in that reading, trust your faith in this situation, that you have faith, but faith like a power. How do you channel it? How do you spend it? How do you invest it? You want an investment on your return. I get that. But can you trust your faith in this situation? So for both of you, whether you are the Sagittarian or the cross-watcher, and my God, if you're both Sagittarians in this, blessed be. But then really, to have faith that no matter what happens in this communication, it's like I said before, despite whatever happens in this situation, the will of my heart is to be open, that there is a huge opportunity for learning in particular, but with that healer archetype there for healing as well on both sides. Just remember, you're not helping each other heal so much as you are teaching each other, giving each other the opportunity to learn how to heal yourselves individually. Let's do a blessing. I've been enjoying this part of it, capping the readings with a blessing. So my gods, my angels, my masters, the higher selves of all involved here. May the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in twin flame relationships be blessed with all that they need to learn, to heal, to grow, to evolve, to be the best that they can be in this life. That this twin flame relationship for them can be a channel of guidance and grace, turning them towards themselves, that they may give themselves what only they can give themselves. May this relationship be blessed with grace. May its way be easy. May its path be smoother than it's been, that they may both fulfill their roles in the divine plan and manifest true love in their lives and in the collective, as we all heal all our way home. Thank you, my Sagittarian asses. I love you all so much. I have some great Sagittarian friends in my life, and I don't know if this pertains to them. I doubt it does. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But regardless, my heart remains open for all of the signs and all people on earth. That's my path. Talk about the path of true love. But my hunters, go forth, follow that come hither. I'm not telling you what to do, but there's a big opportunity here. And considering all of the Chuck Spezzano love cards, you got come hither, intimacy, and communication. Not a womp womp card in this spread. And really, we can't even consider the destroyer a womp womp, considering that they're releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for a new life. This is really good. I wish you all the best. Please reach out for a reading. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel, because every time you subscribe, it grants more access to more people getting this information that they might not have found it otherwise. And if you would like a reading, please go ahead, and if something has resonated in here, hit that like button. Let's get those likes up there so that I can continue doing this and reaching out and helping more people. And of course, if you want a private reading, all the info is in the box below. Wishing you a really, really great day, a wonderful month of August, and we will talk again soon. But for now, hell, farewell. I really mean that. Farewell, and blessed be.